Hello guys, hope you're all good and welcome back to my channel for an eventing vlog, which feels like it's been a very long time since I have been filming or uploading, posting a eventing vlog, and I'm very excited. It's currently Saturday. I've had a lovely, I feel like I'm like really turned ever since getting married into a proper like old married couple, but Chris and I have been having a lovely busy morning in our garden this morning so far. It is a lot later than what I was planning on it to be, and we are out this evening to celebrate Chris's cousin getting engaged recently. Oh, we've got a hoodie in the head. It makes me laugh because that, no problem whatsoever. But I am working, even out hacking now, working on what we learnt with Piggy. It's just forward. Everything must be forward. My leg goes on, we go forward. I'm really trying to stay disciplined, even though it is only hacking. I've tried to stay disciplined like that all week. When we went to the beach, we popped schooling last night just to run through our test, and was very good, was very pleased, lots of good girls. And now today is a nice chilled but forward hack, only a short one, and then it will be time to get her plaited up because we're out this evening. That's what I was going on to say. Because we are out this evening, I'm going to have to get her plaited, put lycra on, and very much hope she doesn't touch them or it doesn't rain. I don't think there is any rain on the forecast, but I'll be honest, I haven't checked recently. I was going to do a ride and lead because I was short of time and I wanted to get Sprite out as well, but bless her, she has come in looking like I'm ready for a doze in my stable where it's nice and cool, even though the wind has definitely picked up and it's not feeling like too hot, but she really did. And I just thought, you know what, I'm listening to you, Spritey. So I was like, actually it helps me out as well. Even my mum was there and was like, yeah, she looked like her lip just dropped the moment she got in a stable. So I was like, it's fine. It is in the middle of the day, which I do try to avoid if possible, but unfortunately today, because of the way that my day has planned out, it's just not possible. And I mean, we're riding midday tomorrow, so Addie's got young blood. She's all right, she's okay. Absolutely power walking me up this hill, aren't you? Hey, we are clocking up, even though it's only a short ride. Woo! Even though it's only a short ride, we are getting the start of our miles for the VHS Rideathon today. So I am tracking it. We've been out for about 20 minutes so far. We're travelling at 4.5 miles an hour, but we've only done over just a mile. I think this ride will probably be only just over a mile. Anyways, right, we've got the shortest canter ever, so I'm going to put my phone down, have a quick canter, and then I'll come back. Wowzers. Didn't have to ask twice for that canter. She was on it. My phone went in my pocket, my legs went in position, and off we went. But we are heading off to Chepstow at Howick tomorrow. One that I've never done before. I have done Chepstow, but because it's at Howick, then I've never done it. Does that make sense? I find it a little bit confusing, if I'm honest. But Chepstow was actually the second ever BE I ever did with Spritey, in dressage in the middle of a race track, which was interesting. But it's not there, it's being run by the Chepstow team, but at Howick. So like I say, never been there before. I have had a little look at the course pictures, and I may as well say it now. We have entered our first 90. Now, I went home and entered this after our cross-country training and how fab she was there. So very much hoping. We've obviously had the training at Piggy's as well, where she show jumped really well. And I've got other tools in my toolbox now to try and hopefully help with the spookiness. I've got the Vetrocalm, which she will most definitely be getting tomorrow morning. But yeah, everything's got to be kind of done today. So I will be packing up, getting her plaited, dropping my stuff over. So I'm going with Kerry Ann again. She's stepped up to 100. She has now got her double clears after a fabulous result at Launceston last weekend, which was gutted to miss our most local BE last weekend. But sorry, Launceston. Training with Piggy kind of topped that. So they have got another one on later in the year, so we'll be able to support them then. But yeah, unfortunately, just you can't do everything, and it's just typical when things all happen on the same weekends. But yeah, never mind, we'll make the one in September. So Kerry Ann's doing 100, we're doing 90. We have got quite similar times, which is nice. I think I might be like end of 90 and then she's like beginning of 100. But it's just the two of us going up tomorrow. So I'm not actually sure how much footage I am going to be able to get. I haven't actually thought that through while starting this vlog, but I'm sure we'll be right. It'll be fine. I've just got to get everything done basically today so that tomorrow is a case of just bringing her in and giving her a breakfast and then getting on the road. So I thought I would start this vlog now whilst I'm awake, whereas tomorrow after an eventing alarm clock going off, I might not be quite so with it. But we're going to finish our hack, aren't we, Addie? Get back and then, yeah, crack on with everything that needs to be done. What I was going on to say is that I've seen the course pictures on what has been in a 90 before, and everything looks doable. And to be honest, it's not the size of the fences that I think is our problem, but although I do wonder maybe if she's got a little bit more of a challenge, she might thrive off of that a little bit. But it's not the height, it's just whether she is on my side and in the right mood basically. But I'm hoping that these last couple of weeks of good training, and like I say, this past week I've been really disciplined, like we are forward, we are going, and hopefully that will pay back tomorrow. Very firmly, fingers crossed. We are platted. Just look at Sprite. Oh, got zoomed. Dear of her. She, like I said earlier, she is just, I don't know, come in and been very, very sleepy. Was it a healthy night last night, Spritey? Hey, you're just snoozing. Just snoozing. Oh dear of you. I think it's time that you had a summer clip, if I'm honest. Her coat has gone that like wavy kind of, yeah, wavy and thick, and she does feel quite warm just a touch, dear of her. Oh yeah, we will get you clipped. That's a job for, I think I've finally got a quiet weekend next weekend, so maybe that'll be it, or I'll try and get you done earlier in the week if I can. Addie is platted, and I can't lie, that was rather hard work. She was getting, bless her, eaten alive by flies. Never mind how much fly spray that I put on, they were just being very consistent. So dear of her, she was very fidgety, and I thought actually probably tomorrow at like 4:30 in the morning there hopefully shouldn't be flies, so I will do have full look before we go. I've actually got to try and dig out my lycra, which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't actually got a clue where it is. I really don't actually, so I need to try and hunt that out, because she is going out this evening, and that is the first time I've ever put her out being platted up. So I'm really hoping that they are still going to be in and I'm not going to turn up and they're going to be awful. I don't really like putting lycra on. I find that they make no already rubbing them. I have left her overnight in. No, Addie, you can't rub your neck. Oh, you're going to do it before I even get in, aren't you? Don't do it. Don't ruin them. I found it. Oh, good. I found it. I'm going to put Sprites on, I think, because I think the one that I had for Lola is going to be a little bit too big. So let's try and get this on you now, Addie. I think that might be a bit of fun and game. Let me see what you think of this. It is clean, which I'm quite impressed with myself. I did put it away clean. And then I'm hoping that I'm not going to put a rug on her. I don't think. I don't really have anything that's lightweight to go out, because I've got to put them out now, which is like, I don't know, 4:30, and oh, I'm all attached. And I just, yeah, I don't want her to go out there and get too warm, but let's try and put this lycra on and get... Yes, this goes on you. Oh, good girl. I'm working on you. No, you can't eat the camera. Oh, maybe you do need a large. No, come into this with that. Good. Look at you, little ninja turtle. Ninja turtle. Okay, quite a quick turnaround. Number done, in the bib already, in the bag. So I've just done a quick mental check. I really need to get back into doing my checklist, because I haven't done that. To be honest, I haven't been eventing very much, have I? Really haven't been eventing much. I've been, what, once this year, so hence the reason I'm probably quite so excited about it, because again, it's been a little while. And I've also just noticed that on eventing scores it is saying Emily Dobson, which is very, very weird. I went to type in Emily and it came up and I was like, oh yeah, it's Dobson, isn't it? Not Emily Dunstan. But got that printed, that's done. So just need to drop these bits over to Kerry Ann now. And then I am done for this evening. My ninja pony has gone out, Lycra is on. And like I say, just pray and hope that she doesn't roll too much. I'll be honest, I was going to give her a good grooming. But again, I'm going to do that in the morning because she's out with no rug on. So I don't know what state she's going to be in the morning. So I will deal with that in the morning. It shouldn't take me long just to work through my occlusive brushes. That'll bring her up nice. And then take one brush with me in my little grooming bag just to do finishing touches and obviously quarter markers. All of that stuff is ready to go. Yeah, I'm kind of, as I'm speaking, I'm trying to do mental checks in my head. I think I am okay. I'll probably think of something later this evening. I've got to get my clothes from home, but I'll probably think of something this evening whilst we're out having dinner or something, and I'll be like, oh, I need to remember that, and that's when I go to, hey Siri, please remind me to do blah blah blah. That is like one of the most useful things I find Siri for. Anyways, let's get on and get this over to Kerry Ann. Right, stuff unloaded and loaded again, if that makes any sense. So that is all done, and now it's time. My pony's looking good, but I am not looking good. So time to go home, have a shower, and get some sort of presentable for a nice meal out to celebrate an engagement, which is very exciting for them. They've been asking all the questions, like who were your caterers and stuff like that, which is, yeah, remember those days, and it's crazy to think that it was actually 5 weeks ago that we got married. Mental, absolutely mental. Time is certainly flying by, but more than likely now we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Good, doesn't it? Good morning, guys. I am aware that I haven't really spoken to camera yet. This morning was a little bit just kind of crack on, get things done and get on the road. The alarm went off at 4:45, which is always pleasant. But we are up here successfully. We were about 10-15 minutes behind, so we've just literally opened up the ramp, cracked on, got out and walking the course, and I am currently coming up to fence 6, actually the first combination on this course. It is looking all lovely. It is really nice atmosphere around. Everything is all quite close proximity of each other, which for when you're rushing is rather nice. But I haven't jumped a 90 for a while, so obviously today I have got no expectations. I just don't want any silly behaviour. If she does genuinely have a look at something or is not a bit unsure, that is absolutely fine. But I just really do not want any silly behaviour. I'm not here for it today. She's got to grow up a bit now. She's seen enough, she's done enough, and yeah, I'm determined. I am, yeah, it's yes and it's no. Just like Piggy said, yes and it's no. Oh, record outdoor walk. We have been power walking, but I know Kerry Ann is walking 100. They had to go off and do another little loop, and I see that they've got their 6 there, so I can wait here. Quite liking that combination. They're all quite rusticy-fied. They're all inviting. They just, I would say that they are all quite up to height. So the number 1 is nice because I'm sharing it with the 80, and then number 2 I'm sharing with the 100, and it's quite wide, but it's basically a roll top, so it's going to jump lovely. And then actually it's more coming through the, I don't think the fences will be the problem. It's that little walkway that it's on a bit of a downhill, so I just need to make sure that I am sat up, have my crop in my left hand, because everything, show jumping, dressage, lorry park, is all to the left, so I just don't want her to like sort of be veering off, because she's got to go through a bit of a narrow gap in the hedge. And then through, jump a nice log for fence 3. Then 4 is like a stick pile. Then 5 is there in the background, which again is really, really nice. And then onto this combination number 6. So it's looking lovely so far. I did get everything I wanted to get done this morning. I have got her forelock done, or although it's looking a little bit dodged now that we have arrived. She's still got a lycra hood on. I did peel it back and her plaits are still intact, of the ones that I saw. And what else did I do? Oh, white chalk on the smallest bit of white that she has got, but I was like, oh, at least it will look like a nice contrast to her black painted toes. So yeah, get this course walked and then get back. Tail plait, I'll be honest, if I haven't got time to do the tail plait, that is going to be something that I'm going to have to sacrifice, but at least the rest of her will be looking nice and smart. All okay so far? Good. All good. Positivity, I like it. Right, back to recording my course walk. Walk complete. There certainly is an awful lot to jump out there, but we're going to give it a good go. I'm feeling positive, but I don't need to worry about it for a minute. Need to put that to a side and get to my dressage test to hit my head again. Just have a little quick run through. I've got longer actually. Kerry Ann wants to be on in about 35 minutes, so it's going to be a case of go, 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 and I'll be going a little bit after her dressage. Her dressage is at 10:36 and mine's at 10:50, so got a little bit of extra time than what Kerry Ann has, but it is going to be a case, like I say, go, 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 and getting ready. Right, we are on board, back on the old phone because my camera has gone down with William, so Kerry Ann was on before me, and oh, I'm thinking I must be needing to go this way actually. That's wrong. But yeah, heading down to the dressage warm-up. Addie's feeling good. She has had her Vetrocalm syringe, which I'll be honest wasn't the easiest to give her, but thankfully I brought some chaff, so I popped that in the chaff and then she ate it up. But it does say that you're not really supposed to have it with food, but I've had to compromise on that part. But she's had it 30 minutes before getting on, and I'll be honest, she then really calmed down next to the box. She sort of just stood there and was nice, chilled, but I've gotten on. She still feels forward going. She's not too bothered. She's on a loose rein. So yeah, not too bad at all. Just got to figure out how to get down to the down there. There's a gap in the hedge. It doesn't look like Kerry Ann has gone in yet, but might be. Yeah, we'll just try and keep out of her way basically. But yeah, William, my nephew, Kerry Ann's eldest, has got my camera, so he will be filming my dressage test for me, bless him. He's watched the vlog, so I was like, you know what happens. Just taught him how to basically open the camera, press record, check it says record, and away you go. But yeah, bless him, he's going to do the recording for me, so let's get in there. I've done it for about 20 minutes because I wanted to double check that she is feeling a-okay, and she is. So far, you chilled, you're a good girl. Lots of good girls, lots of praise, yes and no. That's how my warm-up is going, and forward, 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 as I said on my hack yesterday. The calmness of walking over to the dressage warm-up continued throughout our warm-up, and I was really, really pleased. We had all the right canter leads, she was forward, she was bending, she was relaxed. Then it was time to go in for our test, and I was quite gutted to find out that our arena was the furthest away from the warm-up. Now I can only apologise to the horse in doing their test at the moment next to me right there, because this is the spot Addie decided she didn't want to go any further. Thankfully we did work through it, and we did get going and get down to our arena, but that little moment just allowed so much tension to creep in, which we did carry on pretty much, I'm going to say 2/3 of our test. We did get everything, like all the transitions, the right canter leads in our test, but there was just an awful lot of tension. Now we are quite far away, so there isn't my whole test, but the comments from the judge was well ridden through her tension, just needs to relax more over her back, which is completely fair enough. We scored a 33, which doesn't actually sound that bad, but when you put it into relation in the class, we were probably in the second half of the marks, and quite rightly where we should be, if I'm honest. Like I say, she did everything where it needed to be, and we worked through the tension, so I was just pleased that we did get our test completed, but apologies that there isn't much footage of the actual test. I guess I better update the vlog. I've had a bit of time to calm down. I've gone and gone and watched the show jumping. Unfortunately, there isn't a course walk before I've got to go, which I am. Yeah, I've got about half an hour, 25 minutes till I want to be on. Dressage was interesting. She warmed up well, so I suppose that's an improvement than some other times, but unfortunately we probably had the worst case scenario for where our arena was, and I know I'm not making excuses, because she does need to get on with it and get down there and do that, but it was the furthest arena, and obviously having to leave everybody, and when she is feeling that little bit nappy-fied, she just had a bit of an opinion about it and was a bit like unsure and didn't really want to go, but we got through it, we got down there. And I walked down along the hedgerow and I was like, oh, I can trot around the arena again and I'll get her going, get her moving forward. And unfortunately then the bell went, so I didn't have that much time, but I did trot around as much as I possibly could before entering. And she was just, oh, she's like, butter wouldn't melt now. Hiya, yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. You chilled here though, so that's nice. You've chilled down from what you was this morning, but on to the jumping fun. On to your favourite parts now. Let's see what you like in the jumping. Hey, the course is looking good. I'm hoping that it's going to give her a bit of like a kick and a bit of challenge. It's got a couple of related distances, exactly how we jumped at Piggy's. An upright to a spread on 6 strides, and then the other way round, a spread to an upright. Is that what I just said? Yeah. So you've got an upright to a spread, then a spread to an upright. So I know that she jumped them really nicely, and I've got to remember what Piggy said, don't check, just use my body to balance and allow the striding just to come. Don't try and check her. So yeah, excited. Put the dressage behind, first phase is done, out the way, that's behind us. Now it's on to a new phase and a fresh start. Clean.
Count cherries safely through the finish. Clear at 3. Nice long is our new start. Inside the time, a little bit of a short stride, bit of a fiddle in front of full front. At 9. Perfect.
Now we had entered to the left of the arena, and we did have a little bit of a spook at that ban you can just see there on the left, but she carried going forward, it was fine, so I thought we'd pick up canter, do a nice circle before coming to fence 1 because it was quite a long way round, but Addie, as you can see, disagreed with me. And again guys, I'm just keeping this real and showing you this whole round. It is not the prettiest by any stretch of the imagination, and I'll be honest, I just had to survive with going forward, just think forward, never mind what kind of canter I had or trot, it was just we need to move forward. So we got a nice shot over 1 and fence 2. Then coming around this corner, maybe I'm preparing a little bit too much because I knew that we were going to be turning directly away from the warm-up, and Addie just giving me her little bit of opinion on that. And this is where they've marked us as having a stop. Even though I know that this is nothing to do with the fence, it was more that she's telling me she wants to go back to the warm-up. But we landed in canter and then went on and got a nice shot over fence 5. Around this corner she was a little bit sticky, but still kept moving in some sort of fashion forward. So like I said, that was my survival mode, just going forward. Again onto this related distance, which she jumped down and through really nicely, got the good striding, and then turning here for this one, which we did get very, very deep, but we managed to get over it. And again, I don't know whether getting deep just allowed her that moment to think about, oh, we're turning back away again. I got a little bit vocal, just kept nudging, just kept encouraging her to go forward, praised her then, it was no, and then yes, good girl, and we got going again. And then we're coming down, so it was finishing on the double. She was much better around this corner, but now it's like we're on the home stretch and she just went, and I'm asking her to whoa because I knew we were way too fast, just knocking that one down and tapping that one, but we completed it, we finished.
The scoreboard for you, so very sadly Marley, you will see an elimination or missing out from the stage. going to roll across the course. Here we go. Oh, great boy.
Now on to the best phase of the day, which I'll be honest would not have been my prediction starting this day out, but that is how it ended and I couldn't be more buzzing, and I love that I'm able to relive the whole course thanks to the epic team at Equireel. Thank you to them for getting the video over to me, and so super speedily as well. Like, I can relive that cross-country buzz so quickly. So you've just seen us there. She came out of the start box really well, no nappiness. Then this was fence 2, which I was a little bit worried about because it was quite big. And then here is where she just had her first little bit of nappiness, but it was very momentarily and actually later than what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be coming through the gap, but it was actually once we came through the gap. But we got going on again. I did use a little bit of vocal encouragement, which worked. She listened, and then we jumped over that log pile really nicely. Then coming up to, I don't even know what I'd call that fence, but a painted one, but she was just a little bit argumentative coming into it, but we still got a nice shot. Now this is the second part of nappiness that she had. Not ideal being in front of the double, so I really felt like I had to ride through this, but we got through it and we got over it. Then this one was quite a beefy ditch underneath. Addie just gave it a little bit of extra air, but jumped it nonetheless. Then we'd had a nice gallop up across the field, and then this is on quite a downhill, which doesn't always show it in videos, but we got a nice shot, and then it's coming on to a combination of roll tops, which I was worried if we weren't back enough, so I made sure my shoulders were back. We got a nice shot over that, and I was just looking for that second fence, but Addie clocked the second fence just as much as I did, so was very pleased with how she jumped through that combination. Actually taking a stride out, I walked it on 6 and we got 5. That one I gave her just a little tap because I thought she might have a little look at the ditch underneath. It was quite a open ditch, but she was brave and she listened and she went. Then this is the best she's gone through water ever. She's really gotten so much more confident with that. She didn't break out of canter. She almost looked, but in like a half stride looking, and then came out nice and strong. Then jumping through the hedge, which she did nicely. Now this one, I felt like she really ran at it with me a little bit, and we got a bit of an odd jump, but I then made sure that I gave her a bit more of a listen to me because I know we've got another combination coming up, and she did and jumped through that really nicely. We're now coming up to the penultimate fence, and I'll be honest, I didn't learn my minute markers before going out here, but when I was coming up that hill I was like, oh, we're going to be bang on time. So it worked out really well. I'll be honest, because I didn't think we were going to get around, which I know is really bad and I shouldn't say that. And then through the finish line I was able to just go a nice steady pace because I knew that we were within our 15 seconds. So huge pats, quick check of the time, and more pats again. So huge thank you to Equireel for sending me that video. You can't even see them right, you can see the man behind the camera now. This is William. What? What did you say? You filmed everything for me. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, I'm a little bit more smiley now. What a day, Addie. Bit of a mixed roller coaster. The phase that she's usually good at, the show jumping, I would say is like her favourite. She's very, I like taking her show jumping. She's made me fall back in love with it. Today she was just a bit like, nah, I don't want to go down that part of the arena. So that was a very big shame. 17 time faults. And they also did count the one into fence 3 as a stop, even though I know it wasn't at the fence that she was stopping, it was because it was turning away. And I was prepared, I knew that she could do that because it was right coming away from the warm-up, the entrance. But unfortunately, yeah, they did mark it as a stop. So, but she was very good because she trotted and jumped over it and got over it clear. So, as I've said many a times, it really isn't to do with the height of the fences. The double, she was just running. I knew that. Obviously, I haven't watched any of it back yet, but I could feel her come around that. And I think because it was coming so dead back home, she was like, woohoo! So unfortunately, took that one down. And then I made sure when we landed after the double, the last fence, that we turned left so that she wasn't able to go straight back. And she did turn left nicely. So yeah, progress. Dressage you obviously already know about. And then cross country, that I was doubting whether to go or not. Carrie-Anne said, you need to go, you should go. And I'm very pleased that I did, because she absolutely ate it up. And I do think bravery, boldness isn't something that you can necessarily train within a horse. So for her to go out there, and I did think it was quite bold. I mean, I know I haven't jumped a 90 cross-country course for a very long time, but I did feel like some of them were quite big, and she absolutely ate it up. I knew she jumped well in the warm-up. She wasn't really nappy. She did have a moment. Fence 1 and 2 she went. Just before fence 3 she really backed off, and I got my Emily growl out, and I was just like, I'm fed up with this nappiness now, come on. And with that she went. We had a couple of other little moments, but just a little bit of my voice. She went and she flew around the course. The ones that she was a bit unsure and she just gave a little bit bigger. Turning back to go through the water, she was good as gold and went. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased. She has now had a good wash off. I need to give her some electrolytes. Carrie-Anne is now on, so she is taking on the 100. Is she? Where is she? Oh, she's back on already. She's over here now. She's in the warm-up. So she's back on. She's just quickly whizzed around and walked the course. So yeah, look forward to... And they have properly changed the course. They got 2... They should... Yeah, there's quite a lot of changes in there, so good job that she didn't learn it. Is she? She just walked it, now on board.
Back on, waking him up.
Hey! So yeah, get ready to cheer her on.
So they picked up 4.4 time penalties. Provisional score for them 41.4.
Whoop whoop, both ponies back. All good. Both gone clear around the cross country. Smashed it for a double clear, Carrie-Anne. Now you've got to now you need to get another double clear, and then you can go to another qualifier for 100 for badminton. But it is obviously warm today, so I've just made up both ponies a nice sloppy mash, and then using the Animal Life electrolytes that I got from the piggy training day. It's liquefied, which I find I'm so used to. It's like gel, not liquefied, it's gel. But definitely need to get that back in them after heavy sweating. So there's one in for Connor. Doesn't like powder, does he not? Oh, so... Oh, hello! He's sorry, he knows it. That's not yours. You're not a pickpocket. Look, he's dying for it.
No,
there you go. No, he's like, I'll go double. And then my horse is being helped. Look, Addie. Oh, yummy, yummy. Oh, is grass more interesting right now? No, I didn't think so. Good girl. Oh, he's tucking right in. They both left the grass, so everything packed away, ponies loaded, they've been washed off, studs out, and now my favourite part of the day, an ice cream. I've gone for a strawberry and white chocolate with honeycomb crunch, but I can't get to the white chocolate just yet, but it is very, very yummy. Admittedly, it is now the next day. I felt like an absolute zombie, and I can't lie, I'm still feeling pretty tired today. No idea how Carrie-Anne is feeling, because she obviously drove yesterday, but I still even think just travelling the miles, hello, and straight in with the head bump Watch the wire because I haven't put that way very well. But you ponies are looking like you're ready to come in. So it's obviously lunchtime, but the following day I have had chance to look through all the footage. Admittedly, I was very far away in the dressage, so I don't think there is actually that much of it, but I will try and do a little bit of I'll try and do something with it basically. But yeah, eventing certainly does give you all the emotions, doesn't it? Throughout the 3 phases, but you cannot beat the cross-country buzz. That feeling trumps it all of the frustration, the disappointment, and I know all the emotion that I shouldn't be. Yeah, I need to take the emotion out of it. I know that, don't we? Yes, we do. I know you ponies are dying to come in, but it trumps it all, and I am buzzing, and I am very, very thankful to the team at Equireel for very speedily getting my video of my cross-country round over to me, and I feel like that has helped continue the buzz today. It has, because you were epic, weren't you? You were so good on the cross-country. We'll work on the other bits, and I just feel like actually working on bravery. What are you doing? Working on bravery is an awful, when a horse is bold and brave, like she was out on the cross country, that is a lot easier. That's a lot harder to try and work on, as opposed to this bit of, I know what I'm doing, I don't want to do this now, or nappiness. And it was pure nappiness in the show jumping because it was every time that we turned away from the gate. I was prepared and knew that it could be a little bit questionable coming into fence 3, but I wasn't expecting it coming around and just thinking do a nice circle of canter before coming into fence 1. I wasn't expecting that, but it's okay, it's fine. And like I say, it's all things that I know we can certainly work on. The dressage we can work on, the show jumping we can work on, and there's still things, don't get me wrong, she still had green moments out on the actual cross-country course as well, but she had the bravery and boldness, and yeah, she took me into them. I didn't feel like I was having to chase her. Once we got into a bit of a flow, you've seen that she had a couple little moments of going to nap, but actually very quickly got over them, which was nice. And then I felt like we got into a good flow. We then had to turn back away from the finish, the home, the warm-up, when we were coming back to the water, and that could have been a very good moment for her to go, oh, I don't want to go that way, but actually she turned really well and jumped through the water very, very confidently. She did look, but she didn't break out of canter like she has before. Oh, what has Addie seen? Somebody's going up the road, I think. I should have perhaps got them in, but I just wanted to get this finished now, because like I said, I was a zombie yesterday. I don't know what they're on now. Bye then. Don't you want to come in? They do love to come in for their afternoon snoozes, but if I obviously am taking too long and I'm blabbing on to finish this vlog, but I wanted to get it finished because I'm looking forward to getting it edited. I feel like I haven't got an eventing vlog out on my channel again for a little while, but that is all going to change. I feel we have done an awful lot of training, Addie and I. We've had the lessons, we've gone to the cross-country clinics, and now I think it really is, and I've always said it is very hard to have competition practice without actually competing. So that is the aim. We are going to be getting out, and actually on the way home yesterday I did enter Morton. I was obviously feeling the buzz and I was like, yep, we've got to get back out there. So that has already been entered for in a couple of weeks time, and I just think we just need to get out as much as we possibly can, and I think that will really help get over this little bit of phase that we're having at the moment. Have the confidence, get out there. The more she does it, the more she'll realise, oh, this is what we do. Addie's having a very well-deserved couple of days off. Hello, Spritey Boo. Hi, you're scratching me. Oh, you're itchy. You need a summer clip, don't you? You stop scratching. Yes, your summer clip is going to be done this week, isn't it? Yeah, I promise we'll get this fur off you, and I think you'll feel a lot cooler, because apparently there's some... I think there might be another heat wave coming. Oh, we're going back for another scratch. Hello. I know, I will take you in. You want your afternoon snooze, don't you? Your afternoon 40 winks, as my gran used to say. Yeah, you can go in and have that. But yes, Addie is having, we may have lost a shoe out on the cross country, but they didn't stop her. I don't actually know where we lost it, but she is currently, they are due this week. A message has been sent to my farrier, but I think she's going to have a couple of days off anyway, because I've had a busy week and I'm feeling like a zombie. I can't imagine what Addie is. She's travelled the exact same miles as me. She's done the same training as me. Nice few hacks. We have got a lesson later on this week with the dressage. Again, I'm going to be going there and saying what Piggy said and working on going forward, and hopefully it's all going to click very, very soon. I feel like we're on the brink of it. I feel like we are. I feel like, yeah, it's all going to click into place. I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along eventing with me. Apologies, I don't actually think I've been that good at getting things filmed. Very fortunate to William, my little nephew, as you've seen earlier in the vlog, did the filming for me. So huge thank you to him. He actually, so he's watched my vlogs for quite a while and it's inspired him. I actually bought him a tripod for his birthday last year because he films a lot of football things with his friends and he uploads them to YouTube. I believe his YouTube handle is WD7. So if you're football crazy or you've got any children that are football crazy, he would very much appreciate, he'll probably tell me off for actually saying this, but he would very much appreciate for you guys check out his YouTube. Give him a little, hit the subscribe button for his channel. I know he would love that. I will pop his link down below if you, yeah, like I say, if you've got any children football mad, he puts up like different tricks that he's doing and things like that, but it's really cool. Over and out from me. As always, please do like, comment and hit the all-important subscribe button on my channel if you don't already. I'll get these ponies in for their afternoon snooze and I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what is next on the agenda, but I am sure that I will see you all very, very soon. Bye! You said bye, Spritey. Bye. You're like, just let me in my stable, Mum. I want my stable. Bye, guys.